Right. Great day to you. I hope this finds you well. So it also may find you, if you're watching this or listening to this, as someone who just recently or inherited a property, or perhaps you have a property, maybe your uncle or someone passed away and gave you some land somewhere out, or some property, even maybe close by that you have, and you're not quite sure what the implications are, what to do with it. So that's what we're going to discuss today on the Life in Transitions Experts channel. I am Courtney Rollins, the host of the Life in Transitions Experts YouTube channel, Facebook group, as well as podcasts. And on this channel, we are committed to helping people make the estate and probate process smooth and easier while generating income and wealth through real estate. And so much of my content has to do with helping people in situations that I come across. And this is another situation where I've have spoke to and worked with folks who are trying to figure out, okay, what happens now? I just inherited this property. What are some things I need to consider? So let's go over 10 things, 10 tips to do if you inherited a property. What to do if you inherited a property in North Carolina. Now, I must say, I'm not a real estate, I'm not an attorney or if giving financial advice. I'm sharing my opinion, my experience based on my work as a probate specialist, my work as a real estate investor, and work with a lot of people. So it is my opinion that I'm sharing, and hopefully it still will point folks in the right direction. So let's take a look. Number one, you need to think about and understand what property that you own. Is this a business? Is this a um, car? Is this land? Much of the things we talk about today, as the title implies or states clearly, is that we're talking about houses. So what type of home is this? Is it a rental property? Is it a multi-unit? Is this a residential? What type of property or house is this? So make sure that you understand that and get a clear understanding of what you actually are holding on to. And you can, obviously, if you drive to the property, you have understanding of that, but you also can figure out what the size, what the condition of it is, where maybe some potential issues that you may have to address. So it's important to know what it is. Perhaps get an inspection on it, particularly if it's been lived in for a while, to know what is actually under the hood you know. Number two, review the legal documents. Do you own this property outright? Do you own it with other heirs? What type of document is it? You need to review this. What is the what is the what did the will say with the property? Any relevant documents, you need to review it. And I'm going to say down the road, and one of the tips is to consult with a professional like an attorney, so they can help you go over those legal implications. So make sure you understand your legal rights as well as your responsibilities as the new owner. Now, you need to assess the financial obligations, whether there's outstanding debt, property taxes, or other financial implications. You need to make sure that I would highly recommend that you create some type of budget so that you can understand these expenses. Also, perhaps there's opportunity for financial gain. Perhaps you can gain an income. Hopefully, your wealth has expanded because of now your net worth if this is underwater. So, understanding that and assessing the financial obligations and implications is very important. Make sure you also consider making sure you switch over to the proper type of insurance coverage. If it is vacant, you need to make sure it's vacant. If it's if if it needs to be, which it probably will need to be transferred into your name, you need to make sure you do that as well. Insurance companies are have specific vehicles, insurance programs, products that have to be tailored to the exact specifications of the property and your situation. So make sure you have that there so that you're not paying a premium towards something that does not really exist, and the insurance company believe will not make any payments if something God forbid happens and you don't have the proper coverage. So make sure you have the proper coverage under there. Again, consult with professionals, whether that's real estate agents, real estate attorneys, someone who can take a look at the documents, making sure state professionals you may want to, if you inherited, to go ahead and put that into a trust or some other legal binding agreement. I definitely recommend trust that allows you to not have to, allows you to, well, there's so many benefits of a trust. Make sure that you check it with, if you need to talk to an attorney, reach out to me. I can connect you with some awesome attorneys in North Carolina. And if you're outside of North Carolina, I'm connected to a network of vested state professionals and we can get you in the right place. I'm quite confident of that. But it's important that you talk to professionals. If you're thinking about selling the property, you need to talk to a real estate agent or talk to a professional home buyer, such as us at a State Pro Service, and at least know what your options are. Now you can decide on the property's future. Are you going to hold on to it for yourself? Are you going to turn it into a rental? Are you going to turn it to something for your family? Are you going to make sure that it's in a trust or in the proper place so that it can transfer over when you do pass away? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to sell it quickly? Do you need to sell it in the market? What are you going to do? You need to decide on that. And all these other tips are going to help you assess what the best, at least for you, option is. And that'll help you decide what the future of that property is, right? Regardless, the property will need to be maintained. Now, if you go with a professional cash buyer like Estate Pro Service, quite often we take it as is. If you're looking for to get more money out of it, or if someone's going to be living there, you definitely will need to maintain the property. And there's some legal requirements also that may come along with it. That's why it's important to take a real close look at how it was transferred to you and what are the implications, so that you may, uh, you know, take on your responsibilities there. Right? And yes, make sure you update ownership records. If this, like North Carolina, most property doesn't have to go through probate unless you're trying to sell it, unless they're trying to. Well, there's different reasons why it would, but property quite often is a non-probate asset in North Carolina, which is different from a lot of different states. So if you are, or let's say you are transferring the ownership into a trust, you need to make sure you update the ownership records and that it's recorded publicly so that you are protected and it has the proper ownership and records there. All right. And plan for taxes. Yes, taxes will be involved in almost every case. So make sure that you plan for the implications of taxes. And talk to a savvy realist or tax CPA or consultant that supports your vision. If you're going into real estate investing, you need to talk to someone who invests themselves in as a CPA so they can give you advice based on what your real estate investing needs are. If you keep considering it in different aspects, then your needs and how you want to structure it may be different. So make sure again you're talking to professionals so that you can plan for the taxes and how to leverage them properly or to how to expect them or what to expect from them. And again, there may be other beneficiaries, so you need to speak with them, have an open conversation because you may own a portion of this property as opposed to all of it, or there may be some other implications. So it's important that you have open dialogue and communications with everyone involved. All right, so those are 10 steps. Please check it out. Please make sure that you're prepared so that you can get the best out of the property and get the best out of the situation. If you need any support at all, I am the probate specialist in North Carolina. Durham County is my backyard, like the hub and the wheel, supporting people all across these different needs, particularly when it comes to real estate. But there are also other needs, non-legal side of probate and estate planning that I support and would love to support you. So feel free to reach out at Courtney at estateproservice.com or go to estateproservice.com and check out the services that we have. Would love for you to subscribe to the Life and Transitions Experts podcast. Would love for you to hit that like and all that good stuff. I got one of my number one fans up here. My mama just saying hello. How you doing there, mother dear? It's great to see you on here. Let her shout out. Hi, Maurice. Yep, that's my middle name. And yeah, so regardless, at the end of the day, I hope that the situation works out for you. And feel free to reach out if you want any support. Love to see how we can be a part of each other's journey. This is Courtney Rollins with the Life in Transitions Experts podcast. That's LITE. Let your light shine. Cheers.